My name's Gurmeet Mattu, the author of a novel called The Stormer, and I'd like to tell you something about it, what it's about and the inspiration behind it. The Stormer is a romantic comedy set in Glasgow. Now, those two terms don't automatically go together. Glasgow might be known for comedy, but not for romance. Despite that, I, as a native Glaswegian, feel there's a devil-may-care romanticism about the city. So, The Stormer is not only a love story between a man and a woman, but also a declaration of love to my hometown. But let's get to the plot. Put simply, it's about a struggling artist, Hugh, who thinks he's made it when he's commissioned by the City Council to paint a giant mural on the gable end wall of a tenement building. Glasgow did indeed go through a period of painting murals on gable end walls in an attempt to prettify the city. Hugh paints a nude of his first love, Davina, a girl he'd known at school, but hasn't seen for years. Only thing is, she's married to a senior policeman, Crawford, now, and is living a comfortable middle-class life. Crawford's not happy about everybody seeing his wife stark naked, so he orders a violent police unit known as the Mad Squad to sort Hugh out. He also hatches plans to destroy the mural. To add to his woes, Hugh's girlfriend Fiona is pissed off because the painting isn't of her. Hugh tracks down Davina and tries to explain his motivation for doing the painting. She's confused by this character from her past, but he seems to open interesting avenues in her otherwise dull life. That's when the Mad Squad catches up with Hugh and beat the crap out of him. How's it end up? Well, it's a romantic comedy, so what do you expect? Anyway, some readers have quizzed me about the inspiration for this whimsical tale, and that's primarily the reason behind this video. Many years ago, I was a fan of an American writer, Donald E. Westlake, who wrote comedy crime caper novels, some of which have been turned into films. I liked the genre and wanted to write something in that vein. But I wanted a crime so trivial that for the police to pursue the perpetrators would just be silly. The crime I chose was graffiti, and the graffiti artist was Hugh. Around that time, I knew a young schoolgirl, about 15 or 16, who worked part-time in a local petrol station. She was very pretty, slim, had long red hair and a bubbly personality. I imagined that at school she must have had a lot of admirers. Young boys who fancied her rotten, but didn't think they stood a chance with her, this heartbreaker. She was going to grow up to be a stunningly good-looking woman, of that there was no doubt. She was going to be a stormer. What if Hugh was one of those young lads who fancied this redhead? And what if Hugh grew up to be an artist, and rather than graffiti, the offence is now personal? The nude painting he does of this girl from his past, which pisses off her husband, who's a cop. In essence, Hugh doesn't commit a crime as such, he does no wrong, but he's victimised for his art. All the pieces seem to fall into place. I finished the book and submitted it to a few publishers, but I never really chased it up, which is a flaw of mine. I always want to move on to writing new things. Then, a few years later, I was asked to write a short play by 784 Theatre Company, and I thought of The Stormer. Could I convert it to a stage play? Yes, I could, and it was well received and graciously reviewed. And I thought, well, at least The Stormer has had some kind of life, been seen by some kind of an audience. And then I was approached by some film people who wanted to turn The Stormer into a film. So again, I had to do a conversion job, turning the novel into a screenplay. I had to make it snappier and more visual. The film never came off, of course, but shortly thereafter the digital revolution did, and the internet appeared, websites and e-books, all offering an opportunity for the writer. So I reconverted the screenplay into a novel, which actually made it a much better book. And that's why The Stormer exists in its current form. The other question I'm always asked is if The Stormer actually exists, if she's some kind of ideal fantasy woman of mine. Of course she exists. As Hugh says in the book, there's a stormer in every man's life. You are mine. The magic lies in finding her.